Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Thomas Markle is making a documentary, okay? And this man has the skill to make it. He was 50 years in the business, worked as a lighting designer. He knows all of it. Worked on Married with Children. So I think he's going to set the record straight. He also said, when I saw Charles walk Meghan down the aisle, I cried. I don't blame you, buddy. That is a terrible thing that happened. Let's put this up here. I want to read you some of his words about why he's doing it. Okay, this is what Thomas says about his documentary. It begins with my life, my family, my love of theater and television, and how I got there. Then my life with Meghan growing up, her school days until she went off to college and when her career began. So it begins with Thomas, getting to know Thomas and his life, his family, his love of theater, and how he got there. And then he brings in Meghan. So we get to know Thomas. He's setting the record straight. We had a good life together, up through her first marriage and her move to Canada. Then a new story begins. It's kind of like, what happened to my baby girl? Okay. Now, a previous documentary was made, and about that, I didn't even know about this other documentary. He says this previous documentary was not edited in the correct order. The dates were wrong. It had too much generic public domain film added. Look at how he talks. He talks like somebody who really makes movies. He knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? He can see what's wrong with it. He knows, he has the eye of an artist. Quote, my documentary will have some new videos and my favorite photo of my baby girl, and we try to figure out what went wrong. I think we will do a good job. So it's supposed to be out by the end of the year. We're going to figure out what went wrong. So this overwhelmingly feels like it's Thomas setting the record straight, trying, kind of a cathartic journey. And, art and writing is a cathartic journey. A lot of people say that art is just, artists are very sad. It's the best time to make art is when you're really sad. And there's some truth in that. Because it helps you go, it's like counseling. It helps you go through the journey and set the record straight and put things straight in your mind. So, is Thomas setting the record straight? This looks to me like Thomas, this is Thomas's documentary. And he just got some guy to hold the camera and call him a cinematographer. And I'm sure this is a skilled guy. You got to have an eye for the camera. You got to have an eye for setting up shots and stuff. So is this Thomas? Let's just look at this documentary. How personal is this with, Thomas's documentary? There's the man in the middle. Thomas's documentary. How much is he setting the record straight? Man in the conflict, connected. Okay, so he's committed. He's going through the storm, through the eye of the storm. 5 and 13, 18. The only way is through the storm. So he's going to really take a close look at it. And the person right in the center is Thomas. He's right in the center. Family, transforming this water into wine. He wants to transform these lemons into lemonade. He's trying to understand what happened. Deeply rooted family, man connected to the spine, permanent connection to the family. Man, this is his family. He's permanently connected. Meghan is part of his family. 3 blackbirds talking very publicly about his family and his permanent connection to his family. So he just wants to go right through the eye of the storm. The only way out is through. I agree. Okay, all these people who say, don't worry, that's crap. You have to go right through the center of it. You have to get your hands dirty, and it gets really messy in there. Okay, and maybe a little bloody. And that's the only way to get through it. So this is really Thomas. I mean, Thomas is right in the middle. Thomas is the spine of this family. And he's just standing in the center. He's not backing down. That's good. Will Thomas get Samantha and the other family members involved? Because that would really do it. Okay, he should interview the brother, the son, which is Samantha's brother. He became homeless. He had this he had a drinking problem and a drug problem, and then he got caught up in a domestic violence thing, and now he's homeless, and now he's living with somebody in Arizona or something. She took him off the street, but first he became homeless. That's how bad it got for him. So is Thomas going to interview Samantha and his son, which is Meghan's half brother? He should interview all these people, and then he should interview the Raglets, the other side, the other side of the family. He should interview both sides, and the more people in the family that he interviews, I think the better it will be. So is he going to do that, or is he just going to stay in Rosarito, Mexico, and tell us about his feelings? This is Thomas and the other family members. Okay, so is Thomas going to bring in the other family member? Because that's really going to make it pop. That's really going to be the deal. That's, it's not just going to be Thomas's, opinions and feelings, which we want to know Thomas better. We want to know his opinions and feelings. But it would be great if he could bring in other family members and even extended family members, and even that guy who's growing pot in Oregon, and his brother, who went running down the street completely naked and got arrested. All of them. Get them all in there, as much as possible. So let's see. Thomas, isolated from the many people, very publicly, 15-4 clubs. Maybe more of a solo affair for him. What do we have over here? The Road Forward, Star Bethlehem, Everything, and Devastated. 18, 25, 7 hearts, 7 hearts. Well, this is mirroring the 9 clubs. I'm going to say that maybe he's not going to bring in these people. But we have a whole bunch of people here. Publicly, a bunch of people. Official or very isolated. I think he should bring in as many people as possible, as many family members as possible, and just get them to talk about it. Even on a Zoom call, that would be a great... He could Zoom each of these people, call them up and Zoom interview them. That would be great. Then he doesn't have to travel out there, fly on the plane. And planes aren't flying now. Nobody's going anywhere. But you can travel in and out of Mexico. So he can cross the border to the U.S., and then once he's in the U.S., he can drive anywhere in the U.S. They're all in the U.S. So Devastated. It just looks to me like the family has fallen apart. Unfortunately, he's divorced from Doria. Doria's not going to talk to him. Maybe Doria's side of the family is not going to talk to him, which they should. I don't know if the... Samantha's side, he should be talking to Samantha and his son and their children. Cutting the cornerstone, angel, karmic relationship, no. 26 outside. I don't think he's going to bring in the other family members. Let's just ask, is Thomas going to bring in the other family members? For goodness sake. I'm having trouble reading this. Is he going to bring in the... No. Thomas is just going to... It's going to be mostly Tom. It's going to be Thomas and Meghan, and he's not going to bring in the other family members. I think that's a bad move. I think he should bring in as many family members as possible and interview them and get a whole coalition, an army going. And the more he does that, the better. How popular, how much of a splash will this make? Because this man does have some skill. Now some of these very famous people who go to YouTube, that often doesn't translate because they have a cinematographer, they have a makeup artist, they have set designers, they have all these people, and to go from just doing the acting to doing all of it, well, that's quite a different thing, and a lot of them can't do it. So Mr. Markle was in the business of Hollywood for a very long time, for 50 years. But he may not be able to do all of it. Will this make a splash? Will it get a lot of views? Will it be popular? Because interestingly, he was part of another documentary, and you and I and we follow this stuff. I didn't even know about the other documentary. How is that possible? Okay, very emotional. A clever attempt and very emotional. 26, 7 diamonds, finger of God. Coffin. Coffin is dead. It's just hidden in the box. It's a dead thing in the box. Very emotional. Exposure. Difficult. They're going to work. Meghan is going to impose pressure to stop this. Okay, to shut it down. 12 and 8, 20, 5 spades. Meghan is going to do everything she can to shut this down and silence him. 4 spades, the dead are silenced in the ground, and she's going to really do everything she can to silence him. So I don't think it's going to be widely viewed. They're going to try to bury it, and maybe the royal family wants to bury it too. I rarely have fallouts, but there's a fallout. Will Thomas put the blame on Meghan? Is he going to be harsh with Meghan in any judgments? Is he going to really nail her on any judgments? Is Thomas going to be harsh? Thomas going to be at all harsh. Close relationship in front of the whole world. Big change to the close relationship in front of the whole world. 3 diamonds. It's sort of 3 diamonds and 2 hearts. He is begging and pleading to be brought back into his relationship with his daughter, which is the wrong move. I think he should be just like Samantha and go after her and just rip a piece off of her. Rip a couple of pieces off of her, and she's going to be like, oh, that hurts, and okay, I'll bring you back. So he's going to do the opposite. He's going to be conciliatory. He's going to say, I don't know what happened. He's going to apologize for things that he didn't do. It's terrible. Okay, so secrets, veil and ruler. He's going to expose things, push it in another direction, and talk about where things went wrong. Yeah, so we have the negative cards. So it's exactly what he said. He's going to try to figure out, what did he say? To figure out what went wrong. So he's not going to try to blame Meghan. I'm asking, is he going to throw Meghan under the bus, which is the right move. For someone like Meghan, I don't think that's always the right move, but in this case, I think it's the right move. Throw Meghan under the bus and drive the bus over her, back up, and then drive again. That's the right move with Meghan. He's not going to do that. it's like counseling. He's trying to figure out the secrets of what went wrong. How did they get split apart? And he's not recognizing that he's looking at circumstances, saying these circumstances pulled us apart. But it's not. Meghan pulled you apart. Meghan pulled you apart. It's not circumstances, and Meghan is creating these circumstances and pulling you apart. So he's not going to be harsh with Meghan. Plus, he's also he's too nice a guy. He's a teddy bear. He's too nice a guy. Sometimes you just need to be tough, and I don't think he wants to be tough with his daughter. She's a princess to him, and that's how he treats her. He treats her like a princess. And I also think maybe he's afraid that the other family members will be too harsh. Okay, is he not bringing the other family members in because he's afraid they're too angry? And he's controlling the narrative. Is he afraid that these other family members are too angry and want to spew venom? Oh, there's the devil. So, opportunity to be connected and really talk about it. 11 and 4, 15, 4 clubs, 15, 4 clubs. And they are very angry. I asked specifically, does he feel like they're very, very angry? Yes. Very angry. So he's still protecting Meghan. He feels that they're angry. He's going to mostly do it on his own, and she's going to fight, and maybe the royal family will fight against it, but she's definitely going to fight to bury this so that nobody hears it. He's not going to be harsh. This is his personal journey. So the good part of this is we're going to get to know Thomas better, but he's too nice, too conciliatory. He's not going to be harsh. He's not going to really bring in the other family members who are very angry. The devil is showing up, very angry and very eager to speak. And I think this 10 spades is disappointment. They want to talk about everything, okay? And that's what you need, because just interviewing them and letting them speak and don't interrupt them and just let them say whatever they want to say, and that's great stuff. That's great stuff. And they're very angry. Why wasn't I invited to Kensington Palace? How much does it cost you to, you spent like $1 billion on that stupid wedding. They're very angry. And yeah, she's very calculated, very cold-hearted, very vengeful. She's going to kill this emotional rendering. So it's good that we're going to hear from Thomas and we're going to get to know him better. That's really good. It's going to humanize him, because people that you're going to beat up and destroy, you dehumanize them. You turn them into monsters. You say terrible things about them. And that's dehumanizing. This humanizes him, but he's not going to push back hard enough, in my opinion. And he's not going to get the other family members involved, which is a good move. So he needs to push back harder and be harsher and get the other family members involved. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hit that like